What's up, Venkers?
Hello, Venkers.
It's me, Toto Wolff.
Yes, I was so fucking right about Kimi Antonelli. I've never been so fucking right.
Yes, I might have been wrong about having the best car, but I now know that I have the best driver. So everybody, don't pay attention to McLaren. Pay attention to Kimi Antonelli. We are going to put George Russell in the wood chipper.
Yes, I love George, I swear, but fuck off.
Yeah.
Engine mode, who cares?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, Venkers.
Yes, we're back.
We are so back. Formula One is back. The good racing, I'm sorry, the fun racing is back.
Yeah. Yep.
And even Max Verstappen did well in qualifying, so maybe...
Dude, I was praying so hard for him to win this race so everyone could shut the fuck up. Like, after he got P2 in qualifying, I could just see all the Max fans that were so angry or just sitting down being like, I think I like this little life. I think I like this little life. Like, all of a sudden, they're the Kevin James meme. Like, they're all just, oh, I'm so cutesy.
I think I like these little regs.
Yeah.
I think I like these little regs.
No, now it's real racing. It's real racing now for sure. I think these regs, they did just the right amount of adjustment and no more changes, please. I think we like them now, but, and then he fucking spun. He spun. And then saved it, went from P10, pitted back to P16, fought his way down to 5th, and he wins driver of the day.
Yeah.
A Patreon of a friend of ours, Daddy Muhammad, he was like, we're now throwing a pity party for him.
Yeah.
Like, in what world are we giving Max Verstappen driver of the day for finishing 5th? That is how starved the fans are for Max to be successful.
Yes.
And it was just fascinating to see.
Yeah. No, I mean, this weekend had kind of a little bit of everything. I mean, we had the sprint. We had Max going against Lewis in the sprint. We had McLaren reclaiming a position atop the sport. Then all of a sudden, Kimi Antonelli comes right back. We said that he was going to be good. We're going to talk to Gunter about that for Vanka hours because Gunter said, no, that's Toto.
No, Gunter's like, no.
He said, no,
that's not good.
George will be back. Yes. George will be back. He's going to put his pants up. He'll be back. Yeah. Nope, he won't.
Yes.
I mean, big implications this whole weekend for the championship. Obviously, we had these 2 weeks off. Now, all of a sudden...
2 weeks.
Sorry, 2 races off.
Yeah.
We had a whole month off. The reg change. And McLaren has entered the chat. Ferrari still remains strong. And then all of a sudden, Max Verstappen, had he not, spun out without, touching anyone today, who knows where he would have finished that race. But, and then on top of everything, how is George Russell going to respond after this long break? After Kimi wins 2 races in a row, guess what? Not well. Kimi Antonelli has a great race. He's
won 3 races in a row.
He's now won 3 races in a row, but he lost. He won 2. Then we had this long break, and what was going to happen? Who was going to come back out, and who was going to come back out strong? And it was Kimi Antonelli. And right now, it's looking like his championship to lose.
I didn't think he'd take such a commanding lead like this. It was really, and the first 2 wins, he got a little bit lucky in his first win that George had trouble in qualifying.
Right.
And then in the second one, I forgot there was some, he beat him in qualifying, but George had some problem. George got screwed on the safety car.
Yeah. And
then this one was just like, No notes.
No notes.
He dominated him. He outqualified him in the sprint race.
Yep.
And he outqualified him here. The thing he did get lucky with, I mean, not lucky.
Yeah.
The Mercedes organization, along with him, outperformed McLaren.
Yeah, out-strategized McLaren.
Typical McLaren. They're amazing at building a car.
Yeah.
They outdeveloped Mercedes. It seems like that's a big story, right?
Right.
That McLaren seems like they're back in it. They've caught Mercedes.
Yes.
And I mean, in sprint qualifying, we're like, oh my God, are they number 1 now?
Right.
Then the next day they were down again. But now it seems like they have they're on par, looks like, with Mercedes, but of course, they step on their own dicks and they let Antonelli undercut him.
Yeah, they let him undercut. Lando was furious. I mean, so mad.
Yes.
After the race, he kept saying, "Well, I have to be happy and I have to be grateful and I have to be appreciative, but I'm not any of those things."
Subtext: I don't want to be.
I don't want to be these things, but I know that I'm supposed to be these things. He was fucking furious.
Yes.
I mean, it could have been an unbelievable weekend for him to dominate the sprint race like he did. Then, qualifies third, has a great jump off the line, is leading that race, and then just gets pipped by Mercedes and, can't ultimately get there. Now, it's overall encouraging for the McLaren organization. It's overall encouraging for Lando Norris, especially considering the fact that he and Kimi had real pace.
Right.
That they were 20 plus seconds in front of everybody else. So they can keep up with Mercedes in race trim. That is, encouraging for McLaren fans. I think it's really not a crazy idea that we have at least a 2, if not potentially 3-way title battle between, potentially both McLarens, title battle in terms of teams.
Yeah.
With Ferrari, McLaren, and Mercedes. I think that
but I think Max is in it. He qualified second.
Well, yeah, the qualifying, but raised pace is a different thing. I'm still not.
If he hadn't gone all the way back and burned up his tires, he finished 5th today after getting knocked back to 10th.
Yeah, I'm just not. I don't know. I don't know how. We know that
you did this last year. You counted them out last.
I just don't know if the Red Bull power unit, I don't know if the Red Bull car can keep up with the Mercedes power unit over the course of a season, over the course of
maybe reliability. But I think what we're learning is that the main problem with Red Bull is not even their engine, because they're talking about Red Bull found the same loopholes in terms of the fucking compression ratio. And they're not getting any of those fucking tokens. Yeah. Their big problem is that they're overweight and they brought too much downforce. They're not low drag enough, and they kind of figured that out. Mm-hmm. And I don't think you can ever count Max out. And he was kind of out of it last year, and then once they hooked it up,
yeah. I mean, I can see Max continuing to be in it, especially if he can qualify well and still be there. I've seen enough of what the McLaren organization can do that once they figure out kind of the trick of the reg, the sky's the limit.
But here's the problem. And I think this is why Lando was frustrated. It's it's the same shit.
Right.
It's the same shit. We keep being dumb with strategy. It's like Qatar.
Yep.
When they didn't double stack them and they completely threw, and last year it was kind of can McLaren do it, right? Can they pull this off? Can Lando pull this off? Right. But now he did it. I've done it. Now it's guys, I did it. Now he's looking at them I got my shit together.
Right.
I manned the fuck up.
Yeah.
Simba,
yeah.
Neil, he's beginning to believe he's done it. Right. And they're still doing this shit. And he thought stupid him thought that they've transcended together.
Yeah.
They've, as Clavicular would say, they ascended.
Yeah.
But no, they're still chopped.
No, they bone smashed a little too close to the sun.
They're still chopped as fuck. And he's like, what's going on?
Yeah.
What's going on?
They got strategy max.
They get mogged all the time. And I think the problem is, I don't think McLaren, last year McLaren had enough of a car advantage. Mm-hmm. They were performance mogging enough that it didn't matter that they were getting strategy mogged all day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And, but I don't think that's going to happen this year. I think it's pretty fucking close. I think with Ferrari, with Red Bull, with Mercedes, you're not going to get away. They're not going to get away with it. They don't have the same car advantage that they did last year.
Yeah, no, not yet. I mean, we'll see how if they can continue to develop in season. We'll see where they can get to, or whether this might be a little bit of an outlier. It's Miami. It's not necessarily representative of the string of tracks that we're about to have for the next, couple of months. Canada is also a little bit of an outlier. Once we get to Europe and we get to the purpose-built tracks, we get to that kind of middle chunk of the season, because also who knows what's going to happen towards the end of the season with what's going on in the Middle East. Who knows how many races we're even going to have for the season in total. So many question marks, so many things up in the air. But let's talk about the whole weekend. Let's talk about the sprint race a little bit. I mean, what's funny about when you talk about McLaren is like, yeah, they fucked up on strategy in the full race. They didn't need to do anything in the sprint race because there was no ability to have strategy. It's a sprint race. It's 19 laps. Are you fast? The answer is yes.
Yes.
We win because we don't have to make any decisions.
Yes. Yes.
But certainly it was an impressive situation from them over there, and the fact that they have figured out with this Mercedes engine how to start these fucking races, which Mercedes still has not figured out. And Kimi Antonelli has still not figured out, because he got pipped during the sprint race and he got pipped today during the actual race.
It's so crazy. I remember there was a girl I used to sit next to in Spanish class.
Yeah.
And whenever I didn't study for something, I say, hey, can I just look at your notes right before the test? And somehow I would do better on the test than her, and she'd be so upset. She's like, you're reading off my notes.
Right.
It's like, this is the same situation.
Yeah.
How do they get here? How does Mercedes let this happen? That's the embarrassing thing for Toto Wolff, is like that. Everyone talks about how the manufacturer, all the people that know about Formula One, have been telling us for years that the engine manufacturer has a huge advantage. And then McLaren came out swinging these past 2 years, and we're like, what? Yeah. And they're like, no, this is an outlier. Wait till next year. And then Mercedes was dominant.
Right.
And they're like, see?
Right.
But then now it's gone. It seems like it's gone.
Yeah. Just like that. And then on top of everything, on top of just the embarrassment of your manufacturer has already kind of maybe caught you. I mean, it remains to be seen. Maybe Mercedes will have this advantage but that they've already now 4 races in. I know we had the 2 were canceled, but we were 4 races in. Yeah. We're still in fucking May.
Yeah.
And this shit goes to December. Yeah. And they've already caught you and had extra pace than you. But the thing that feels insane is these starts.
Right.
I mean, the fact that Kimi Antonelli, despite having won the last 3 races, has not had a good start in a single Grand Prix.
It's insane. It's fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice,
shame on.
But it's the George Bush one. Fool me 3, you can't get fooled again. It's just like, what is happening here?
Well, they keep calling it like a glitch, and it's like, it's not a glitch if it happens every time.
Right.
A glitch is an exception to the rule. Right. At this point, the rule is you guys suck off the line. And for a while there, it looked like, well, it's just, it's the Ferrari has that advantage off the line. And, Charles Leclerc was able to get into, first place. Right. They still have that advantage. They're still great off the line, but McLaren's figured it out. Yeah. In the sprint race, McLaren figured it out. I mean, Oscar Piastri flew up that line.
Oscar Piastri hadn't started the race, and he did better than everyone last week.
Yeah.
And I think Albon had a fucking great Albon in a Mercedes engine. We jumped 5 fucking places.
Yeah. The other Mercedes team will figure it out for some reason. Actual Mercedes manufacturer team can't figure out how to make these starts, but. It was an interesting win for Kimi today because it was, he got the pole, impressive, but then ultimately,
and out-qualified George, and he out-qualified George both times too.
Yeah, and by like a pretty significant margin, especially in this second round.
Mr. Saturday.
Yeah, get on to George Russell. Let's talk about George Russell.
I mean,
let's discuss George Russell. I mean, George Russell must be in hell right now.
It's a dark place.
Yeah.
It's a dark place for the Russell star. I mean, we're talking about, the price, like whatever the opposite of oil is, the price of oil.
Yeah.
That's what the George Russell stock is right now.
Yeah.
I don't know when oil goes up, something else goes down.
Sure.
That's the correlation right now.
Yeah, George Russell right now, I guess what you would consider a software stock.
A software stock.
Because AI in the form of Kimi Antonelli is taking you jab.
Yeah.
It's taking you jab. And no more. You know what? It's Bitcoin. And it's fucking falling to the fucking floor.
George,
it's fake.
Wait, guys.
Not in this building.
Brian, not in Miami.
Not in Miami. I'm going to get sniped in Miami saying that Bitcoin's dropping.
Okay.
I'm going to get dropped.
Bitcoin is wonderful for everyone listening in Miami. Because think about, he was basically anointed.
Yeah.
He was walking around like he'd already, for the last year. They're like, well, maybe 2 years. They were saying, well, Mercedes is going to have a huge advantage and George is going to win because Kimi's 12. I mean, when I was watching him today, I was like, this kid looks 12 years fucking old.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just hard to look at him and imagine him winning. Like when Max came in, Max had pimples. So like, you're like, that's a teenager.
Right.
Kimi doesn't even have, he's like pre-puberty. You know what I'm saying? He hasn't even gotten to the phase where the pimples come.
Yeah.
It's crazy how young, and he's got the baby, like the curly hair of a baby.
Right. Yeah.
Like the Gerber baby.
Yeah.
It's fucking nuts. You just can't conceptualize him winning.
Yeah. Dude, he's still got a scab on his belly button. He's waiting for the fucking thing to fall off.
Right.
And they do keep talking about it. And it is really fucking impressive. It's really impressive what Kimi's been able to do. But more than that, I think George got unlucky the last couple races. He got unlucky in China, you could say. He got unlucky in Japan, you could say. But he didn't get unlucky.
No lucky. He
just nothing about luck.
He beat the fucking brakes off him.
Yeah.
In qualifying, which he's not supposed to fucking do.
Right.
And what's really fucking scary to think about, this is the terror, and this is the danger of Formula One, because you really don't know where the pace is. Because remember last year we were saying, whoa, George is amazing. What a year George had.
He did. He had a great year.
Did he though? You know what I'm saying? Did he have an amazing year, or was that Mercedes even better? Right? Because look where George finished today. He finished fourth. I
think he finished fourth because of Leclerc's shit.
And Max finished fifth.
Yeah.
So like, wow, George fighting it. Like, last year, George would have gotten fourth and they would have been like, wow, George is making miracles with that car. Right. And Kimi would have finished seventh because he's still learning.
Right.
And that would have been the limit of the car. But now that Kimi's jumped a step, the limit, actually, you could win in this car. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you like. If George was an A driver, let's say, and Kimi's an A+ driver, the limit of the car was actually higher.
Sure. I guess Kimi's performance this year speaks that he had skill last year. I guess.
It speaks to that he's unlocked. It speaks to that he didn't tap into all the skill that he has.
Sure. Yeah. Last year, he certainly was, not performing like he is this year. I think it's interesting. There does feel like there's a little bit of parallel. I mean, I don't know how many, George Russell stands there are, period, or certainly who watch this podcast, listen to this podcast. But, I wonder if this season, how the season will look when compared to last season, because Lando came in hot, Lando wins in Australia, and then Oscar went on his run and, kind of dominated for that. Like chapter 1, page 1 was Lando, and then there was the big Oscar.
Right, of course.
And that's the hope if you're George Russell. That's the hope if you're kind of like rooting for him this season, is that, right now when the pressure is a little bit off and there's not an expectation on Kimi Antonelli, he's performing well and George Russell is faltering as he figures this shit out. But when the pressure comes on later in the season and there is that expectation of Kimi Antonelli winning the championship, will that start to weigh on him? And will he buckle under that pressure? And can George Russell be there to clean up the pieces? The other thing that's throwing the other wrench into it that wasn't there last year is that last year there was the Max Verstappen wrench, right?
Right.
This year there's the Max Verstappen wrench. There's the Lando Norris wrench. There's the
Leclerc
wrench. There's the Oscar Piastri wrench.
Right.
There's lots of wrenches this year. So, last year you had to worry about one big bad wrench in Max Verstappen.
Right.
This year there's a ton of wrenches that are threatening to fuck everything up.
Right. And if you have a bad week like George did, you're not finishing second. You're right. You're finishing.
Exactly.
You're finishing. He's lucky
to get fourth.
He's lucky to get
he
fourth.
Was so lucky to get fourth.
He should have gotten fifth.
Well, I was like, we'll see come the end of the year. Mark this race. Mark that moment of Leclerc spinning, hitting the wall, and dropping tons of places.
Right.
Whether that little 3-point jump, 2-point jump, whatever it was, will come into play towards the end of the year. If this is a close title battle, maybe that is you look back, and if that had not happened, George Russell doesn't win the championship.
Right. You're punished more for an off week in this dynamic because it's too close. It's too close. You have an off week. In the Nico Rosberg Hamilton days, you have an off week. You're just finishing second.
Right.
So
it's also interesting and kind of similar a little bit to last year's McLaren situation in that we haven't really seen Kimi and George go at it with each other yet.
Right.
Like things have always been getting in the way.
Right.
They get pipped at the start, or there are different strategies, or whatever happens. Like, we haven't seen, the papaya rules, all the ink that was spilled about the papaya rules. When will we get a moment like that? And if you remember last year, it was Canada, which is our next race. Like, do we finally, and George likes Canada. That's a track that George really likes. He's done really well there. Whereas last year we saw that Kimi really had his first kind of like, here I am moment in Miami. And George said that he didn't like the Miami track. So because right now
it's very pro wrestling where the two guys are about to face off and they're like, not here. Yeah. No. Yeah. It's going to go down in WrestleMania, for only $33.95. They're like delaying the gratification for a long time.
And there was ink spilled last year about Toto being like, the way that McLaren has done it, I will do it like I've already been down this road. I know what I'm doing. But, he went down this road and it ended in spectacularly chaotic fashion.
Oh, right. Yes. Because the Silver War was such a,
it was handled with such grace.
Yes.
So I am really curious to see what happens there. Obviously, we also know that it's a different situation, and that Kimi has the intense backing of the team. That the person who was expected to win, a la Lando last year, is actually potentially on Mercedes the less cared for person in the organization, and it's actually the guy coming up who has more of that heart, who has more of that, like the heart of the team tapped into. Certainly the heart of Toto is more tapped into Kimi than it is to George.
And here's the problem, is even if George beats him and it's close, that's not enough.
Right.
George has to beat him convincingly because it's he's 19 years old.
Yeah.
It's his second year. These guys are all they care about is fucking potential.
Right.
Like they're looking at the next 5 years.
And you're looking at Kimi Antonelli and you're going, the potential on this kid is unbelievable.
Crazy. It's crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And the fact that he's like holding up to this pressure, that he's like, these are pressure filled moments.
This is Oscar Piastri on steroids.
Yes.
Like, cause he's way younger than Oscar was and he's only in his second year.
Yeah. And motherfuckers are already scared of him. I mean, Charles Leclerc said one mean thing about him and then was like, just kidding. I didn't mean that. Kimi's awesome. See, I swear.
Yeah.
Venkers, this episode is brought to you by our friends at Neuro, the makers of the world's smartest gum. Neuro gum is the best. It's powered by natural caffeine, L-theanine for calm, focus, and vitamin B12 plus B6. We love NeuroGum. They sent us an absolutely gargantuan box of NeuroGum, and we've been chewing it all weekend. And it's these weekends are tough. They're long. NeuroGum, it keeps you alert, but not with the crash. Sometimes you do other stuff. All of a sudden, you're drinking coffee, you're drinking other things, you're crashing. Not with NeuroGum. We love it.
Yeah. I mean, we've been getting up early, we've been staying out late, and we took Neuro right before we did this.
Literally, we were watching the race and we were like, Jenny, we need Neuro.
Yeah.
And we both were
like baby birds. She just dropped them into our mouth.
They really are great. And I am someone who like really sometimes can struggle with too much caffeine. I can get, really flustered.
Yeah.
I can feel like I'm like having like a little bit of a panic attack. I don't feel that with Neuro, which is really great because I'm busy and I get tired. And sometimes other caffeine, deliverables make me feel crazy, but not with Neuro. There's no sugar, no aspartame, and no crash. Every chew reminds me that I'm making a smart choice for my body, which is what I want to do because I'm getting older. I want to be smart about my body. Get yours today. Go to neurogum.com, or you can find Neurogum at CVS, Walmart, and Amazon. We love it, and we love Neuro. Now back to the show.
One of the most chaotic openings to a race. And endings to a race.
Yes.
I mean, it was great opening, great ending. A bit of a drag in the last third.
Yeah.
But I would say an excellent race.
Yeah.
An excellent race.
It was a great, they made these rule changes.
Yeah.
I think that this is a track that like isn't going to be as bad with the regs as other tracks, but in previous rounds, you could really tell more when they were slowing down.
Yes.
Tell more than when they were super clipping, when they were lifting and coasting. And there are a few moments here and there where you would notice it. But for the most part, I saw late braking. I saw,
guys going off.
Going off.
The Isaac Hadjar fucking clipping the thing. And, it seemed we saw people locking up.
Yeah. And I also think that like, there's this assumption also, I think that like, people like the yo-yo racing, but when the yo-yo racing is happening, you're aware of it. And it's like, okay, well then they're going to get back. It's like, that's not what is thrilling to watch, as maybe people, even Lando after the race was like, well, if you had fun watching it, well then whatever. It's like, I think there's this misnomer that like people are like, oh, they went back and forth. That's epic. It's like, that's not necessarily what's epic. What is interesting is when they are going back and forth and then Lando Norris is coming behind them and they're trading places. And then all of a sudden a new person's entering the chat. And also where it goes from a yo-yo to making an overtake stick.
Right. In that yo-yo, who is actually going to win that interchange?
That series of laps, who actually has that pace. And the differing strategies, the tire compounds, the deg. I mean, we didn't get a ton of deg today because it was cold,
right? And
because the weather and the rain was, threatening to come and never came.
It's like maybe we got to think about it more like guys are punching each other.
They're trading shots.
They're trading shots at each other, right?
Whereas beforehand, it was like, oh my God, you could never overtake. So when it finally did, it stuck. But this is like, you have to take a little bit of like a macro view,
right? And
being like, yeah, they're going to trade for these, these next 10 laps. They might swap places back and forth a bunch of times, as is the case with other racing series. Right. If you watch the Indy 500, guess what? People are trading positions constantly. It's not just, we've just gotten used to the fact that at Formula One, when you like get an overtake, it's like, that's mine and I'll never let it go. Right. It's not uncommon for people to be trading positions in a motor race.
Right. It's almost like when you watch real boxing, sometimes it's like, when you watch boxing, it's like nobody can land anything. Right. Everybody's just fainting.
Yes.
And then you land one punch. And you're like, oh my God, he landed a punch.
Right.
We've been watching this thing for half an hour or whatever it is, and it landed one punch. And what we're watching now is more like Rocky, where all the punches are landing.
Yeah.
And we're like, who's going to be standing when this is over?
Yeah.
Which, it's more of a slugfest, which is different. We're watching more of a slugfest.
It's a spar. It's a back and forth.
Right.
But, I think that,
by the way, they weren't trading that much today.
No.
They traded a few times. I mean, Oscar was saying in the cool down room, it's like, it's so hard to defend. I defend, I overtake, and then I'm useless. But Oscar made some thrilling overtakes. I think he made one. I forgot who, early on in the race, he made a great one on George.
Yes.
He made a thrilling overtake on George. I don't think George got him back immediately. Yeah. Oscar, he overtook George for third. I mean, I don't know if it was originally for third, but, he had some thrilling overtakes on George. I mean, What were the other overtakes that we liked? There was
there was Max and George were going back and forth for a while. There was the Kimi on Lando that ultimately kind of like sealed him the race that was coming off of the pit.
It wasn't a clean undercut. It was like he got him.
He came out and he was like right on him, and then he was able to get him there. There was the overtakes at the very start of the race.
Didn't Leclerc get overtaken by Norris?
Leclerc got overtaken by Norris.
That was good.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed this race, and as far as qualifying, I mean, we didn't watch it in a good setting, but we didn't have good. We couldn't hear it, but I mean, we saw guys locking up in qualifying. It seemed like they were pushing. I don't know if they were pushing as hard as the old days, but I was entertained. You know, I was like, who's going to get it? I was on the edge of my seat. Yeah, I think that this is a positive step in terms of what we can hope to see. And I think if the fact that these teams are converging and that we are going to have some, you know, potentially a bunch of cooks in this kitchen, a bunch of people going for this championship, makes up for a potentially great season. I'm really encouraged by what I saw today.
And I think what's important for all of you Max fans, he said the thing about the tickle. It's just a tickle. But he says, this is not what we need yet to really make it flat out. But like I said, it's complicated to get everyone to agree. I just hope for next year we can really make big changes. So what's positive here, he's already on to next year. Yes. Like he's accepted that this is as good as it's going to get. And he's kind of punting for next year.
Right.
So I think that's positive.
Yeah. I mean, I think that at the end of the day, they can only do so much with the engines as they are right now. And there is a potential for them to make more drastic changes for next year, which essentially add up to the battery does less and the engine does more. That is essentially what it adds up to. And they've done what they can with the engines as they are, with the fuel levels as they are, because there's only so much fuel you can put in these fucking cars. And if the engine's doing that much more work, then you're just going to run out of fuel. And then all of a sudden you have to make the races shorter, or you have to add refueling, which you can't do. So they are hamstrung in terms of what they can probably realistically do for this year, but that doesn't count for next year. And I'm encouraged by what I saw today. I'm sorry. I'm encouraged by it. I had a good time. Turn into Jerry Seinfeld. I'm sorry. I saw some overtakes. They overtook the car, Jerry. Anyway, going off the rail.
The start of the race when Max spun.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, first I thought he got touched, but then it was all by himself. And then he caught it. He always seems to catch it.
Yeah.
Never seen him. Cause you look at that, you're like, it's like, not only is he going to the last, but he's getting clattered.
Right.
He's just going to be just destroyed.
Yeah.
And then he went, whoops, sorry guys. That's like, the way he said it was like how I bump into somebody in a WeWork.
Right.
It's not, it was so it was so like
it's a shoulder tap. Oh, my bad.
My bad.
Yeah, you're on your way to the bar in a crowded. You're on to the bar in a crowded.
So you bump into somebody. Maybe the drink spills like a drop.
A little bit. Sorry, bro.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, that was great. No, the opening lap was a fucking thrill, as it has been every single race. These opening laps are fucking amazing.
Yes.
And you think that these guys are going to you think you know what's going to happen going into it. Leclerc, the Ferraris remain dominant in that capacity, but now the McLarens have entered the chat. But what was interesting throughout this race was obviously there was the curveball with the weather, or the potential of weather, and there was this, it's gonna rain. We're telling you there's big rain coming in 25 minutes. And the safety car happens. We have the two incidents in the span of 5 seconds. You have Hadjar crashing, just, running himself into the fucking barrier. His reaction was wild.
Yes.
I don't know if he knew. I don't think he was thinking about who was looking at him in that moment, but he happened to crash directly in front of the camera guy. I mean, the guy had a fucking right on top of him angle as he's banging and banging the steering wheel. That was, I mean, I do love that about Hadjar. Like, he's kind of a like when we talk to him, he has like a cocky energy.
Right.
He's either like cool as Mr. Cool as a cucumber, or he's crashing both literally and, you know, emotionally out.
I'm just like, dude, your hands are really valuable. Maybe kick your left foot because you don't. Yeah. Oh, actually, you need both your feet, so you can't.
Yeah, you can't really use the feet.
You can't use your feet.
You just gotta use the hands.
I don't know, or you have a helmet, so like bash your head in. Something that's not with your hands. Jesus Christ.
Sure.
It just makes me so uncomfortable to see him bashing. There have been like, there are athletes that have broken their hands punching. I forgot, like there was a pitcher that punched I remember he was like a Yankee or something.
Yeah.
Somebody in the comments, there was somebody punched I know one guy got in a bar fight.
Sure.
There have been guys getting into bar fights that like torn things, and you shouldn't ever punch anything when violence is never the answer, but especially when you're an athlete.
Yeah.
So that was crazy. But then Gasly's flip
brought on by Liam. You're not beating the alligators. I mean, it's just like, why is it always Liam?
Yeah.
It's like, he's fighting for his fucking life.
Dude, year. He fucking ran into Max. Like, dude, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Him too?
Well, Max was also on fucking tilt. And Sainz said it.
Sainz is like, dude, you think just because you're slumming in the midfield, you can treat us like shit?
Yeah. So
midfielders have feelings too. And then I was thinking to myself, bro, since when were you in the midfield?
Right. Yeah, baby, you in the back.
Oh, baby. Oh, you in the points one time, suddenly in the midfield? No, bitch. You in the
well, they made a
field.
job. I mean, the back is in fucking hell.
Yeah.
You know, like right now, the back, what's the Cardi B? There's that interview with Cardi B where they say, when they said, Michelle Obama says, when they go low, we go high. Yeah. Do you feel like that? And she goes, no. She goes, when they go low, I take it to hell. Yeah. Where the lava's at. Yeah. And that's a cool way of thinking about it. But right now, where the lava is at, in terms of the low,
is Cadillac and
Aston Martin. I mean, just they're not even racing; they're doing testing.
Right, Alonso didn't even pit; he just was like,
they're not even thinking about getting points. Valtteri went in twice. They were, it seems like they're just out here collecting data.
Yeah,
they're not trying to win right now. They're trying to figure out how their car can be like somewhat acceptable.
Yeah, I can just what are those meetings like? So we're really bad.
Right.
And then, I don't know.
They're like, so we're not going to score any points this year.
Right. And I think you made a good point when we were watching it. It's like, why not? If you're in last place, just come in when Max came. Why don't you?
Because Max is the only guy that pit during the safety car. And it's like, you're already in last place. They're just going to bunch up. Like, why not just throw on hard, see how long you can last, and hope for another safety car? Right. There might be rain coming.
Right.
Like, you're doing... What strategy is this? You have nothing to lose.
Yeah.
It was Max messed up in the beginning, but that was the best strategy of the day, maybe other than Kimi undercutting on McLaren, but that's maybe more of honestly like McLaren fuck up was that they pit Max because they looked at the weather forecast and they said, because everyone held off on that because they thought that rain was coming.
Yes.
In theory, I think.
Yes.
They said, well, we don't want to pit now because at lap 25, rain's coming, so we're going to have to switch to inters, maybe, probably at that point. And Red Bull took the gamble. They said, we don't think that rain's coming, so we're going to change tires now.
Yeah.
And it paid off for them hugely.
Yeah, not enough for him to win, but enough for him to...
Well, he fucked himself at the beginning of the race. I mean, there was no winning that race when he spun out and went to P10.
Yeah.
That car, as great as he is, that car is just not good enough for him to make up that gap, considering the competition it has in terms of other machinery.
Right.
Should we get into our awards for the Miami Grand Prix?
Yes.
Hottest moment of the day.
It has got to be the ending.
Yeah.
I mean, the beginning was a close second, but the fucking ending
Yeah.
When Leclerc like spins, saves it, but not quite as good as Max, and uses the wall as like a bumper in bowling to get him back onto the fucking lane.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm good. And he's struggling. And then at first they weren't showing it, so I'm like watching it in the corner. Yeah. I'm watching Piastri finish.
Right.
It's like Piastri's finishing. I'm like, I know he's finishing. Show me this bloodbath.
Well, there's so much happening now that like the broadcast is like, oh fuck, like there's like 18 overtakes happening all at once. Because there was two things happening simultaneously, even before that, which was that Piastri was catching Leclerc, and George and Max were going after it. George was chasing Max as Piastri was chasing Leclerc in those final laps.
And Norris was trying to track down Antonelli too.
And Norris trying to track down Antonelli. Antonelli had like the problems, but it wasn't enough. That really wasn't on. Yeah. But those two were very much on. Yes. And so Piastri gets Leclerc in his like desperate attempt to like not lose out, fucking spins out, hits the wall. And then Verstappen and Russell, who really were not close to them at all. They were like 10 plus seconds back. But because obviously Charles had damage from that spin, they catch him, Russell gets him, and then Verstappen gets him in the final corner.
Yes. Like 10 20 meters from the line, just fucking gets him.
Epic.
That was so epic. I mean, I felt so bad for Charles. He went from leading the race to, this is so Charles coded. He was leading the race to then, he had the fucking slow pit stop. I was watching that pit stop.
Yeah.
And it didn't even look like they were in any particular hurry. I was watching it like, guys, get a move on. It was like me doing a morning stretch. It was like they had no sense of urgency.
Yeah, it's me taking a shit when I don't have anything going in the immediate future.
Yeah, exactly. It was
like, I don't have a meeting for another couple hours and I really need to take a shit. Let me take my time in here.
Let me cue up the daily. What's going on today with
let me scroll, let me doom scroll a little bit, make this shit nice and comfortable for me.
Let me fire up some some NPR.
It was like a 3.5 second pit stop, and then he comes out of the pits and George like he just fucks up it's like, there it is. That's the difference.
Yes. I mean, Lando, but anyway, we'll get into that in a second. But and then from that to like then just getting like, basically cucked. You're just helpless, and you're in the cuck chair watching George Russell and Max Verstappen just pass you right at the line. Just
it was kind of reminiscent a little bit of that moment in last year in Spain when Max like lost his shit and slammed into George.
Yes.
Prior to that was that he was on like, it was a strategy issue, not like that much of a self-inflicted wound. Yeah. But it was like all of a sudden like everyone's passing him.
You're just like helpless.
He feels so helpless. Yeah. Felt terrible for Charles. But yeah, the end of that race, the beginning of that race, amazing. The end of that race, amazing.
Yep.
Loved it.
Hottest moment. Yep.
Daddy of the day.
Daddy of the day. Do we have nominees here?
I mean, Kimi Antonelli. I would have given it to Lando Norris had he won that race.
Yes.
Given the weekend that he had.
Yes.
Dominated the sprint.
Yes.
And, honestly, in a certain way, I maybe almost want to give it to Lando because he was like, I'm a disappointed father in my fucking team.
I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
That was the energy of Lando today. Was I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. And
he basically sunned his team today.
He did.
He was like, I'm just let down. Yeah, I'm let down. We got to do better next time, guys.
Yeah,
like when I'm picking daisies in the right field.
Yeah,
and then I'm not, and then the ball goes over my head, and your dad just goes, "Look alive out there!"
Yeah,
mental error. My dad would always say, "Physical errors are fine, but mental errors, inexcusable, because it means you weren't locked in.
You weren't locked in." You got to be locked in. I was going to give it to Kimi because he won this day, but I think it goes.
Lando's
to
grown up because now it's like, now it's him waiting. It's like waiting on you guys. Yeah. For a while, it seemed like they built the car.
Right.
Can you fucking man up?
Yeah.
But now it seems like it's the other way around.
Yeah. Well, speaking of being locked in.
Yeah.
we have a new segment, Locked In Moment of the Day, sponsored by Loop. And I think the Locked In Moment of the Day has to go to one Jensen Button on the broadcast when Miami's top baddie walks by and the cameramen are like, what is that?
Yeah.
And Jensen Button didn't even flinch.
Yes.
Was like, I'm talking about tire deg.
Yes. Yes.
I'm talking about aero packages.
Yes.
And I understand that what's happening over here has the rest of you distracted to the point where I cannot believe the camera person. Camera person. We don't know who's behind the camera. The camera person was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like a cartoon. Like when Elmer Fudd, the tongue just like rolls out of the
What's funny, when I was watching it, I didn't even notice the cameraman was turning because I like identified with the camera.
Sure. You're like,
I'm
well,
looking.
That's where the camera should go.
This
I'm the most interesting thing on the camera.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
What an amazing.
Jensen Button is me at the Erewhon.
Mm-hmm.
And my fiance says, did you see that lady?
Yeah.
And you totally saw her in the peripherals, but
Sure.
you're like, what lady?
Yeah.
What? There's a woman in here?
I'm sorry. I'm focused. I'm locked in.
I'm locked in on the novel that you're reading.
Yeah. And our bright future together.
A bright future together. I did not see the woman in the halter top with the red skirt. I did not see that.
And your fiance was like, well, I did.
Yeah.
I care less about what I was saying than what happened over there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, because you got to be locked in.
He was locked in and the mechanics were not locked in. And guess what? They fucked up. They were too busy thinking about that lady. What's her fucking name?
What's her name? Noel Dahl.
Yeah.
Not to be confused with Roald Dahl, the author and anti-Semite.
Yes. Yeah.
Leave it in.
Yeah.
I just saw the play Giant about Roald Dahl in New York City, and I went backstage and I saw Timothée Chalamet. Okay. And that's a little bit of lore for the pod. But the thing is, you got to be locked in, and Loop helps you stay locked in. Loop, if you don't know, amazing, sexy earplugs. They're earplugs with a fashion twist, and the Switch 2, you can actually like switch how much noise you want to bring into your ears. We've been using them all weekend. They've helped you. You have headache issues. Yeah. They've been a huge help for you. Everyone we show them to, they're like, oh my God. And right now you get a discount with code Red Flags, link in bio. They're affordable. They look sick. People are going to be asking you about them. Get your Loop, people. Get your Loop.
Those guys needed Loop for their eyes.
Yeah. That's your next product, Loop. You need eye Loop.
Eye Loop. Or they need the things that the horses in Central Park have.
Yeah.
The blinders.
Yeah, you need the blinders.
The blinders.
You need the blinders.
Yeah.
Let's go on to radio of the day.
There's a lot of radios.
Well, let's do an honorable mention to the sprint race where Charles Leclerc was like, Kimi Antonelli doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. Yeah. He fucking he's all over the place when it comes to battling. And then later was like, I'm sorry, Kimi. Yeah. I'm sorry, Italy. I'm sorry, everybody. He's a good boy. He's a good guy.
What's the Italian thing that you always say that the Ferrari people were probably telling him after he talked shit about Kimi?
Che cazzo, Maria stronzo della madabunana ancora.
It's like, you a fucking idiot. You work for an Italian company. You can't slag off the one Italian driver that's like the future of the sport.
Yeah, so that was amazing. I mean, I think my radio of the day has to go to Carlos Sainz being like, Max Verstappen thinks he's midfield. He can do whatever the fuck he wants.
Yeah, he can. You guys are, you guys are fucking NPCs. He fucking he had some kind of infraction. Yeah. And MBS is like, note it. Like, let's see how he does. Like, we can't possibly. Right. This.
Oh, right. There was a black and white thing where they were like, he crossed the line over here, and they're like, we'll talk about it later.
Like,
we will deal with this after the race.
Max Verstappen has plot armor.
Yes, he does have plot
armor. The rest of you bitches are NPCs.
They want to keep him happy because they need him to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, he gets all these kinds of. So there was another one where he's like, when did we decide to pit? Like, is it going to rain? And just silence. from Leclerc.
Okay,
Leclerc, and he goes, next time you make a decision, please speak to me as well. Like, I'm here too.
Yeah, that was so. They don't even hit him with a we ought to check.
They're not even. They don't even take it. We are checking. It's gotten so bad over there, and then I gotta give a shout out to DC because when Julian Palmer was like, I have a correspondent down in South Beach that's telling me that it is pouring down buckets. and then Brian was like, does he have like a little, does he have a little something happening down in South Beach?
Yeah, it was like Julian Palmer telling on himself. He's like, who's down? Hey, Julian, who's in South Beach right now that you're friends with, you're getting texts from, who's not at the race?
Right, yeah, exactly.
Who's down in South Beach? Yeah. Is it your accountant? I don't think so. Is it your financial advisor? Is it your fucking podiatrist? I don't think so.
Yeah. And then David Coulthard said the intrusive thought out loud. Oh, Julian telling on himself. He's got a hot date with a cold drink. Yeah. I was like, Julian, I said, DC, you're fucking messy as fuck.
You're so messy.
Like, that's why I'm sitting in a WeWork or where the fuck I am watching this shit now, and you're on TV.
Right.
But no, you're saying the fuck. I'm like, if I'm Julian, I'm like, shut the fuck up.
You're making it hot.
Dude.
You're making it hot. Also, one more, there was so many great radios say, the George Russell. He's like, guys, I'm like, it's the wrong strat.
Yeah.
I'm in the wrong mode. And he's like, does anyone care that I exist on the team anymore? All you can look at and think about is this fucking cherub.
You know what it is? It's like he's in the little picture-in-picture.
Yes.
And all the monitors are just Kimi's onboards.
Yes. I mean, crazy. He's in the wrong fucking strat mode. Yeah. That's insane.
They've totally forgotten about it.
They've completely forgotten about one George Russell.
Yeah. He's a redheaded stepchild now.
Yeah. Karen of the day.
Who is it? Was anyone complaining?
I mean, Lando was trying to tell on Kimi. He was like, Kimi went off, trying to like hope, because Kimi, if we remember in the sprint race, like had a 5-second time penalty for exceeding track limits one too many times. And George Russell actually got more, he finished ahead of Kimi in the sprint because of Kimi's fuck ups. I don't know if that was that Karen-y.
I mean, George was a bit Karen-y. It wasn't really, George was a bit of a bitch. He was like, I hate Miami. Miami's not really my track. He's like making a bunch of excuses.
He kind of came in being like, I never even liked it here.
Yeah.
Which, you know what? I understand because I hate the city.
Yeah.
But
it's like this city sucks so bad.
Red flag of the day, Miami.
Red flag of the day, Miami.
Oh, Miami as a city.
Yeah.
Red flag of the day.
I mean, it is.
There's other red flags of the day. We will get there, but yeah. Let's do red flag of the day.
Yeah. What's the red flag of the day?
Well, there's a few. I think MBS pouring water on Kimi Antonelli's head.
It's like, stop it.
What are you doing? And it's also like the white streak in his hair all of a sudden is yellow.
Yeah.
I don't know if he dyed it. I don't know if he's trying to fool someone.
Did he fall in a bucket of piss?
All of a sudden it's yellow. I don't know if it was our TV and the color on our TV, but I think that all of a sudden that that Cruella de Vil is sepia. Which that was, I was already like, whoa, what's up with that? And then all of a sudden,
we hadn't seen him in a while.
We hadn't seen him in a bit.
I'm like, oh, look, he's back. Maybe I missed him. No, I actually didn't miss him at all.
And he poured water on Kimi Antonelli's head, which we've seen people do that before. Lando Norris, let's not forget, David Coulthard poured water on Lando Norris's head. There's a kind of like when it's a young guy, when it's a guy that doesn't have like alpha vibes, because no one's doing that to Max Verstappen. No one's
pouring it on Max Verstappen.
No one's doing that to Lewis Hamilton.
Yes.
If Fernando Alonso was winning races, I guarantee you that fucking MBS is not pouring water on his head. Yeah. But because Kimi Antonelli's 19, it's like, okay, but it was actually kind of like dramatic, because there was the moment Kimi wins, his dad's there, his mom's there, I think his little sister's there, everyone's having a great time. Oh my God, what an amazing victory. And then he goes and they pour the water on his head, and it cuts back to his dad, who had just had a fucking $1,000 million smile, 1,000-watt smile, whatever you call it, just smiling ear to ear 2 seconds ago. Yeah. And they cut to him and he was like, what the fuck did you just think of us? And his mom too was like, what the fuck just happened? I'm sorry, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah, maybe we're projecting, but they did look perturbed.
It's the Hitchcock experiment.
Yeah.
I mean, you see something like that, you see the disrespect, and you see the faces afterwards. Yeah. I can't imagine that's like, if that's your kid.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Pouring water on their head.
What is some 50-something-year-old guy doing pouring water?
Guess what? Who fucked up the regs? Yeah. Who fucked up the whole sport? Sorry.
You're not.
Is viewership down? I heard it is. Did you fuck up the sport?
You're not on the team.
You're not.
It's you know what it is? It's like,
you know what it's Scott. You're the boss, baby.
It's Michael. You know what's giving? It's giving the Nick Kroll sketch where he's the ref.
Yeah.
He's like, we got plans later. What are we doing later? Is it so the club? You guys going to come? Is it a list situation or what? What we got? We got plans later. It's like it's so loserish.
Yeah.
Fuck it. It's Kash Patel. It's like he wants to be with the boys.
He's chugging beers with the boys.
He wants to chug beers with the boys. It's like, no, dude, you're a fucking hallmonger. Yeah. You're not chugging beers with the boys. Suit. You're a suit. You're a fucking suit. This is a little bit beside the point, but I didn't like that Kimi's dad was standing in front of Kimi's mom.
Yeah,
because she was short. She's so much smaller than him, and she's like,
I don't know if she is that much smaller than him.
She was like craning to get around. Like
she wasn't there earlier. I will say when he first walked in. Whatever, my feelings. Your feelings don't care about my facts.
I mean, I usually let my short ass girlfriend stand in front of me.
Sure,
because I can see fine over her. But whatever.
You're on notice, Kimi's dad. Final thoughts on this race.
I really enjoyed the race. I thought it was an amazing race. Don't like this city that much.
Yeah, hate Miami.
But
the racing's fun.
Right, the race was great, and the racing here isn't always great. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if that we have to thank the regs for that, or that we got lucky in the sense that the teams are relatively close right off the gate. Hugely
lucky that honestly. That these teams have been able to catch up as well as they have
over this break.
Right. I think we have potentially a really fun and good season on our hands because like the prospect of it just being Mercedes dominance was kind of making me sick on top of all the reg bullshit.
Stock. Yeah.
But if Max Verstappen can be in this thing
on top of Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri and you have George Russell and Antonelli.
Mm-hmm.
Is competing with George, maybe even beating George.
Yeah.
This could be a fucking classic of a season, even though they're not going flat out in qualifying and, they're lifting in 130R and all this shit. There's some positives here.
I think there's a lot of fucking positives.
Yeah.
There's a lot of positives. I had a great time. I'm really encouraged by what we're going to see for the rest of the year. Right now, okay, hold on. Let's take a little temperature test. Who's winning this championship?
I said it last year. I'm saying it this year. Max Verstappen.
Wow.
I can never bet against him. If it wasn't for fucking Spain, he would have fucking won last year.
I feel Delulu right now. Lando Norris back to back. I'm feeling Delulu. I'm a Knicks fan, and I go. And I'm when I'm high, I'm high. When I'm low. But right now, I think that this McLaren, if they have figured it out, I said this on the Patreon. Subscribe to the Patreon. McLaren is the content creator, lethal shooter, and if you know what that means. He's a basketball content creator, and when he'll hit these crazy impossible shots, and he'll miss like the first two, then he'll hit the third one, and then he'll say, "I understand it now," and then he just drains 10 shots after that. When McLaren understands it, sky's the limit, and I think they've figured out this formula. They figured out what's going on with the engine. And I trust their ability to deliver the best car. We've seen it over the last few years. They're only getting stronger. They're only poaching better and smarter people. Lando Norris is confident. I think it's a real possibility that McLaren and Lando and maybe Oscar could win this championship.
I can't go through that again.
I know. It would be torture for the pod.
I can't go through that again.
Well, we'll see what happens. And then okay, look, one more question.
We did predict Kimi.
If it's not them and it is Mercedes, if you had to choose a Mercedes driver who was going to win the championship, who are you picking?
My brain says George, but the heart says Kimi Antonelli. I don't know. I'm going to go Kimi. Why not?
I'm going to go George.
Okay.
And I think if that happens, he has the Lando Norris, arc of last year. And then at some point, Kimi really falters. Yeah. And I think he's there to clean up the pieces. But we don't know what's going to happen. That's the beauty of Formula One. And that's the beauty of what's going on right now is that we actually don't know what the fuck is going to happen this season. So let's find out together. Don't despair, Formula One Nation. Don't despair, red flags. Don't despair, Vankas. We love you. Until next time.
Goodbye, Vankas.
I'm a boss. I'm a red flag heavy hitter. I'm a man.